My name is Dontez Lindsay. I am the general manager of Dux Trading LLC, as well as the lead trainer of StockCraft. I'm not a financial advisor, nor a CPA, and the content I create is for entertainment and educational purposes only. I trade in my account, and everything I do is hypothetical in nature because it doesn't happen in your account. My experience with trading is not typical, nor does it guarantee that similar results will be obtained by you. I am merely sharing my opinion with no guarantee of gains or losses in investments. Remember, day trading can be extremely risky. You should be prepared to lose all the funds that you use for day trading. In particular, you should not fund day trading activities with retirement savings, student loans, second mortgages, emergency funds, funds set aside for purposes such as education or home ownership, or funds required to meet your living expenses. Further, certain evidence indicates that investments less than $50,000 will significantly impair the ability of a day trader to make a profit. Of course, an investment of $50,000 and more will no way guarantee a success. With that out of the way, let's get into the content. Hey guys, good morning. Testing. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, so there is some volume, a lot more pre-market volume on PEGY today than we had yesterday. We also had tops running, which that's been running for a few days now. We had FNGR that came all the way back to its like overextended area. We had a lot of tickers yesterday, super trappy, like ridiculously trappy, and I got caught in one of those traps, and I'm still kind of in that trap. Overall, I think I just need to take a break from trading, because my focus is completely off, and then trying to power through. This is not one of those things you can power through. My stomach also kind of hurts, but what am I doing? From the long strategies, what? All right, we're gonna have to take a 2-minute break as nature calls. All right, so can you guys hear me? Good. You said you're glad you were sick yesterday because you missed all the traps. Man. I thought I missed all the traps too. But you know, I ended up jumping into the PEGY last in the after hours. My average was around like 310, and I didn't put in half. Like I borrowed like 24k worth, and I put in 11 at 310. And you know, if you look at this capture, I put in a limit order at 354, and that limit order I put it over here. Like there was like 3-4 tests of that area. It didn't actually execute, and overall I'm kind of glad it didn't execute. Like I called the broker and told them to cancel the previous one I had, which was a mistake that I put in, because I put in like $5.40 instead of like $3.40 or $4.40. Like it was $1 off pretty much. And so instead of calling them again to take it off, I just said, okay, I'm gonna let this run, and I'm gonna cover it in the morning. Long story short, this morning, like when it opened, it went to 290 twice, which is, you know, where it was supposed to go. But I didn't wake up until like 5 a.m. because, you know, West Coast time. So I'm completely off, like by three hours. I wake up to, you know, my pretty much a third size position being down like a whole dollar and something. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, am I still within the resistance? I was like, as you can see, I'm down like 33% right now, and it's what do you call it, in value? It's 11,000. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And overall, yeah, this is the resistance we're working with, which is, you know, starts at 335, goes up to like 380, and I was using the 360, which was you know, pretty much the close of that day, as like one of the heaviest points. And the second heaviest point was pretty much the first two candles, like 15-minute candles, and that's at 440. And yeah, if it breaks that 440, I'm gonna just cut it. But overall, you know, just using the normal bounce short statistics, since it's at 50% from like yesterday's close, I still think I can get this to about 360 if I like play my cards right before 10. But if it goes past 440, I'm gonna just take like a 5k loss, like, which, you know, if I actually woke up on time, I could have actually came up a little bit more. But main thing is, the reason I think I need to take a break is because the only reason I'm making these kind of stupid mistakes, like forgetting like after hours, overnight etiquette and you know, process and everything like that, is because my focus has just been way off in terms of yeah, just trying to like power through, and it's not helping, especially with me not tracking the statistics the normal way. Now, if I had like Excel sheet after Excel sheet and like constantly reaffirming like to be emotional, or to be like less emotional, then then I would have got up on time. I probably would have took like a smaller loss. I wouldn't be under PDT and like all that other stuff. But doing it the way I'm doing now, I can't survive. My account won't survive. Especially if I keep trading like all day like I've been doing, instead of just focusing on like, you know, 2 hours like in the morning or 2 hours in the afternoon. But for now, I'm waiting for like a consolidation because it's not crowded, but it's pretty heavy in the morning right now. I think I can get like a dip to like 380. Then if I really want to be greedy, I can try to get this to like 360. But at this point, I'm just trying to save a day trade, and I'm just trying to save money on the loss I'm doing. If I save down to like 360, I can take like a 1.5k loss. If I save it to 380, I can take like a 2k loss, which is within my max loss. But other than that, you also have FNGR, where, you know, at this like $7 to $9 area, you could probably, I don't want to say like it's a good bounce short, but I could definitely see this going down a little bit. But there's layers of support there now too. I don't think the odds are there. KITT, don't know. Yeah, like legit don't know, because it came all the way back, and so that it would kind of fit into a similar category. It can go down, but I don't know how it would evolve over the day. Tops, I think that's been up for a while. See what you guys are doing. First, let me, I don't like looking at it. Okay, I got to PEGY early at market open, got it later, but I sized down, went in, hit my profit target. I was still on red day. Ooh. Is it not the end of the day result, bro? As long as you executed your plan, be grateful that you can take a loss. Trading is a long-term game. Yep. Me, I told you, every time I'm under PDT, I focus only on saving day trades more than like saving the money. It's so toxic or annoying. Like it's a weird, I feel like I'm playing a arcade game in like a skating ring or a bowling ring or any kind of, you know, arcade game that they put as like a second form of entertainment for the kids, and then you're running out of quarters, and I'm just like, I got to make this quarter last by you know, playing the game in the way where I can get more lives. It's real bad. Taking a break sometimes is the best thing to do. Reset your mind, your focus, your learning, trading statistics, and everything. Yeah. In a couple of weeks or months, start tracking again and come back stronger with confidence. You will make it eventually. Well said. Well said. Thank you, Mark. You're a real one. Yesterday I watched about like 5.5 hours of like webinars. Especially the like statistic ones, like from Topher, and a few of the ones I had in terms of like I value these webinars. And I also watched like the latest one, because I haven't been watching the latest webinars from Steven. Just because like whenever I feel like I listen to other traders, I feel like they can affect my, I don't want to say like trader IQ, but like trader individuality or something. And like that's okay if you have like a solid, you know what you want to do, which I don't say I don't have that, but I definitely am not hitting the consistency that I want. Main thing is I just need to stop trading when I'm tired. Yeah, but overall, I still can't believe I didn't wake up at like 1 a.m. Like that's supposed to be automatic at this point. All right, there's the 40. I think I got like, how many shares? So with these kind of things, you don't want to like get spooked. You want to size out when you feel uncomfortable. Since it already hit my mark, and I have to take out a little bit, because like, even if it does come back down, it's gonna like take away trust for myself. Well, at least I get to keep my day trades.
Executed.
So what I'm looking at is how many orders are coming in terms of like what size, and is it hitting around like 1, 2, 3, or is it more of like 7, 8, 9? Pretty much, you know, splitting, like trying to gauge the momentum, like if it's actually like heading down or up. There's always like a little fake out kind of dance it does. I feel like just looking at my consistent like 10, maybe 15 trades, my second execution is always wrong. My first is good, but then like the second is influenced by the first. And so it's like a chain of like fear, or it's some type of emotion. I just don't know which one. Like I get excited, and then it takes a while to come back to balance. And if I start doing like fixed intervals with my entries, then I start playing a different game. It's really weird. But for now, I don't think I want to wait all the way to 360. Mostly just because I know I had 2 other day trades. And then all the power I had overnight, it won't actually translate into today. So I'll only have the money that I didn't use yesterday, which was like 3K. So that's like 6K buying power. Now I could have added that on top of this, but then they would have took my day trade. And like, that was the whole reason I did the overnight in the first place, because I didn't want to take the day trade. So I'm just like, and even if I did like add in whatever buying power I did have, it would have only brought me up to like 350. And at that point I could have took like I forgot what it was. I think it was like a smaller loss, but if it actually broke out, that's where it would have been like full blow up. And I'm just like, not even gonna chance it. Yeah, the danger is a low float with light resistance. Because the thing is, whenever you have light resistance, it's morning edge only. And the thing is, overnight, we were doing the morning edge only. And so the stuff that's holding us down now is the intraday action, where I think we looked at it in the beginning. You know, you got this solid point, and then the next one will be the two heaviest candles at like 440 that technically go up to like 470, but like you just really want to stay close to that 440. Yeah, right now it's kind of looking strong. Now we would do like a consolidation that normally just fades throughout the day, especially before 10 o'clock. But I don't know if I could like wait that long, especially since the whole time I'm technically underwater. Like, cause think about it. The higher your average is, the easier it is for you to just hold and wait, cause you're in the money. Me, the whole time I'm out of the money by a lot. So I'm just like, I'm damned if I do or damned if I don't. So I'm like, well. And I already took most of the size off anyway. And I went in like half of what I originally wanted to. So I'm still grateful. I just want to have a little class without being greedy with my loss though. I'm just waiting for that. So like if you look at the numbers, this can get to like 355 pretty early. And we've been seeing a lot of that kind of action lately. Like you just jump right to the 50% mark in the morning, and then you obliterate everyone in between like within the next hour or two. Just in case that happened, I wanted to be there. But it doesn't look like it's happening right now. So even if it does, I'm not going to feel FOMO. I'm going to get out now. Okay, there we go.
Executed.
One more.
Executed.
Okay, I'm out. I lost. Okay, now, what are you guys saying? In a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Oh. I will start from scratch and practice for the coming 3 months, and then go live in January. Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch you live. That's gonna be dope. I need to check more out of the name is Shameless. I saw him on Twitter, and well, I think I subscribed. What am I doing? Yeah, but I have shares of. Already seen that. P.S. I added on. P.S. I added on that spike. That was scary, so I locked it in a bit. Time always speeds up when you're underwater or excited. Research Tom Hogarth. We all can learn from him in terms of psychology and the real reasons for success and failure in trading. Tom Hogarth. Tom. Best losers win. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Like just the statement itself. Like, cause yeah, I think Steven, he's one of the best losers. He's definitely the best loser. No matter like what the game is. Yeah, I can see him as one of the best losers. Cause like there's a few traits that are like common between like if he's playing tennis, if he's playing a game, or if he's playing something else. He'll have like a certain dignity that goes into the next trade and into his like training and everything like that. And overall just staying calm or almost emotionless, but still kind of matching the atmosphere. Like I haven't even read the book yet, but I can kind of see where this is going. But I agree. Hey, let's double check on those day trades though. That's where the gold is. Hey, I still got both. We're good. Package secure. Now, I need to go back to Steven's retirement trading kind of style. Like you don't touch anything. You just track the numbers. You play your Sudoku, and you only come out when you know the play you've been waiting for, the ideal one. What's my account at now? Like I started the day at 13K. Now I'm at like 9. Wow. Okay. There's the 360. That's fine. So when it came to like the first, so I had 4,000 shares, I think. No, I had 3,600. I could have separated those into like 900 at a time, but it's pretty much the same. The second ad, that was definitely one of those like anxiety. I'm like, okay, I could just get everything over with now. I can front load the pain. But the one after that, you know, that's pretty good. That's overall, even if you know where things are going, in those peak moments where it turns around, you're just like, there's not much evidence you can like look at to feel like everything's gonna be okay when you're already underwater. Now I could have been like, okay, we had 11 million volume in the pre-market, pretty top heavy. We already did the max of like the resistance. Like we hit the strongest point. Plus you had people that were like me, that were bag holders in the low 3 helping this come down. You know, you have Steven and a few other people in the Freedom Challenge and everything like that. They were looking at this. It was exactly at 50%, and it did that 10-15% push in the open. Like there's all kinds of things that you could say now, but in the moment you're not thinking that. You're just like, oh man, is this gonna squeeze me? It squeeze me? Okay, I'm done. How long have you been studying trading? Studying trading, I started with Steven back in 2014. But in terms of actual trading, it's only been like a year. It's like studying trading versus actually trading is two completely different things. Like before I was trading on Interactive Broker, TD Ameritrade. What do you call that? It was a phone app. It was the one where like when you trade on this, you're not really trading. You're just like throwing money on the phone app. They used to send me a lot of emails until I blocked. Crap, it's not the one that went under. Yeah, but I was definitely on one of the phone apps too. And that was like preparing to do my TZ because I knew I would like start streaming and stuff later. Yeah, but overall, I didn't start till March. Like everything you see on Kimfo, me starting at March, those are my actual start points, and like coming, what do you call it? So before, when I was in TD Ameritrade and Interactive Broker, a lot of the times I would try to trade Stevens alerts. But what you see on Kimfo, that's purely just me. In the first, like out of all those trades, there's only about like, you know, five, max like 10 trades that I actually try to follow Stevens alerts. And what would happen is I wouldn't be able to go in fast enough because I didn't do the work myself. So like, let's say, I don't know if he alerted today. Yeah, he didn't alert today, but like, let's say he alerted this at, you know, 4:30 saying, oh, risk 5%, goes up to 450, everybody cut it. I'd be the one that like wait till it went to like 450 and I'll be like, oh, I got a better position than Ducks. Oh yeah, I'm getting this. But as soon as it would break break the risk, I wouldn't know why he went to that point in the first place, or why he went in so early. So like back then, my idea of resistance, it wasn't like range related. It was more of I don't really know how to describe it. At the end of the day, my timing was messed up when I was following other people. And it was the worst on resistance plays. But it wasn't bound shorts. I think it was multi-day runners. Yeah, that's what it was. Like he's going in and out, and I couldn't figure out why he was going in and out because there wasn't like an obvious like resistance or obvious like momentum shift. And at that point, I was like, okay, maybe I'm not studying enough. And so like legit putting 10 hours a day trying to figure out what's going on. Until I started putting myself in a situation to where I had to know what was going on. And that was completely like separating myself from him. And then only looking at like webinars after the fact. But eventually I stopped all those good habits I had in terms of, you know, watching the webinars and everything like that after I started making like more money. And then at that point, it was more of just talking philosophy and advanced stuff with Steven all the time. But those basics, especially like the tracking in the Excel, those were the things that kept me like conscious of, you know, the price actions that you need to understand. And, you know, all the actual discipline. Now, the thing is, since this went to 360, I feel like it's gonna come all the way back just because, you know, we already had some like tests in the pre-market before. I'm glad it went all the way down. I'm not glad I didn't like wait, but I still think this has the ability to like rip right back before like 1030. So I'm not touching anything anyway, even if I do have my 2-day trades. Only thing that would make me come out and spend this 6K. Nah, I couldn't even see it. 6K would be like too small for me to like get anything anyway. Ugh. Unless I go long. But I'm not gonna play with that idea. What am I doing? Show us how to trade first green day. How much you made in your whole career? I lost more. So where's my phone? PEGY pre-market volume 12 million yesterday. Yeah, that fit the volume estimate times 10. But let me check on my Kimfo app to see how much I made. I know the top, like my account at its peak went to 85K. In terms of how much I made though, I think I stopped at like 30. But if you're talking like, you know, peak win, peak loss, and like having them overlap, and what's the difference? I know my phone says it best. So let me take off these time limits I have, so I don't spend too much time on my phone. Where are you? Oh, there we go. 244K, and I lost 270K. Yeah, so what that looks like is, yeah, 244 minus 270, and that puts me down 26. So at the end of the day, you're trying to win more than you lose. In terms of the percentage of like, yeah, I can always like keep talking about that, but I don't think it's that important for now. I see MOTS. What is that? Is that why you asking about first green day? That's not first green day. But it kind of looks like a bounce short waiting to happen. Yeah, so when it comes to first green day, it's, you can kind of treat it like a gap up short. Like all gaps, they have a point where they reject. You just don't know what they're going to reject off of. First green day can be anything from like, you know, a 40% gap to like a 500% gap. It's legit just going in with risk management, and then trying to get like 20%, 20-30% from wherever it rejects, because, you know, first red day means it doesn't have, I said first red day, first green day means it doesn't have overhead resistance. So like imagine that this was not there and this just, you know, went up to that point. Some people will call this a first green day since it's just like downtrending and it popped. Maybe you have statistics that say when it gets to 50%, 70%, 90%, you know, all these 20% intervals is going to pull back X amount because of, you know, this market cap size, this float, whatever catalyst it has. In my case, I like to always shoot for like 120, 140, minimum 70%, but like more accurately based off my stats, it's like 84.5. And then when it gets above 200%, that's where it gets a little tricky. That's where I just start doing, like wherever it bottoms from, I try to do squeezes from that point so I can have some kind of consistent resistance mixed with like intraday resistance, which intraday resistance, you don't really want to trust it that much. So that makes it only a temporary edge in just that small 2-hour time zone that you're trying to trade. But that's how you trade first green day. But for MOTS right now, this one has 40 million resistance. I think this 40 million. Okay, it looks like 22. 24. This one has 24 million resistance. If we're trying to do like a bounce short on this, it doesn't have that much of a consolidation. But whenever you have like a resistance, you're trying to use the whole dollar the resistance is next to, or the consolidation. So in this case, you know, it starts at like 250 and we're already at like 275. And we know that, you know, being at 180 on the close, 2.82 is where 150% is, which is hitting that consolidation. Now 20 million resistance or individual resistance, it's still light, but I think you can get something with it. I would have preferred the gap up to be in the after hours. I said after hours, than the pre-market. If anything, just looking at that's only 5 billion. Never mind. Yeah, pretty much I just wait till 3 or somewhere next to 3, and I'd risk 3 exactly on this. And yeah, that'd be pretty much it. I don't want to go too into detail about it. I forgot what I was doing. I was doing something. I think I needed to write a review. See. Oh, I was looking at the chat. That's what it was. Okay. PEGY pre-market. Yeah. Just recently crossed my peak highs in Kimpa. Good job. Until yesterday. Oh, shit. My goal for trading is a consistent equity curve. You know, once you figure that out, you know, you gotta let me know too, because your boy, he's not even doing the sine curve. He's I got that emoji for it, but what do you call that? I'm gonna leave it at that. The thing is, like, if I only traded ideal setups, I feel like I'd only trade like 30, 50 times a year. And at that point, you know, what am I gonna do on stream? Like, we'll just talk about tacos all day, or chips and cake. And then at that point, I'm gonna get fat, or I'm gonna get really buff, because I'm putting it all in the gym. I was thinking whether I should change my like hours for the stream, but overall I thought that actually wouldn't help anything. Instead, I just, you know, focus more on my statistics and have a more analytical approach. I've been talking with like so many like people after the stream, and they're just like, it's gonna be okay. This is fine, and like, you know, things like that. There's one guy, he said it in the comments like three streams ago. He was just like, Dontez, you need to destroy your ego, take a break, and do something like this. And at the time, I'm just like, you know, he's absolutely right. And then I was trying to think about like, what kind of situation am I in, and can I afford that, and you know, how can I make this work for me, kind of thing. And you know, this was the kind of conclusion I came to. Before, I was thinking, oh, okay, maybe I can just change the stream to like, you know, the afternoon, or maybe I'll just change it to like at the crack of dawn, kind of thing. Like, and then I can save that 2 hours, like first 2 hours of trading for myself. But I also remembered back to when I would, you know, get up at 4 a.m. and like how I would be tired before the market even opened. And at that point, the chances of me actually trading in the pre-market, you know, just looking at the pre-market naturally, on top of like having a stream there where I would probably just, you know, just do statistics, play video games or whatever in the morning, which sounds pretty cool. I don't think doing that like 5 days a week would be ideal. So I don't think there's one size fits all kind of method. So I'm still going to play with the idea of only like, you know, trying to live stream my trade, like one or two times a week if I do take a trade. But I still want to consistently keep streaming. So I might come up with like a better time. Like, you guys give me ideas if you have something, because I legit might just be playing video games on stream at 4 a.m. And like, if you want me to get up at 4 a.m. to play video games, I got you. Or talk about snacks or, you know, other actual trading thing. Like, if I get up at that time, I think getting up early is pretty, like, once you get used to it, it's pretty, you know, fun. Now look at me getting all the FOMO, watching these two things just go up really high and realizing I only have 6K to play with. But that's fine. Oh, oh. All these micro caps. Wait, what was the cap? Oh, that's why. Yeah. Bro, what is up with me and all these low float micro cap bounce short plays? Everything's a trap. Ooh. Oh, here's that trap I was talking about before, coming all the way back. Now, we're kind of familiar with the price action from this ticker, even if it does come all the way back. Still gonna be something to play with. What am I doing? Find an edge that happens more but less expected value. Okay, so high frequency but less profit. Yeah, if I if I make my standards around like 2 patterns and then have the pattern be like slightly below the ideal, or like, you know, even focus specifically on a specific price action like momentum shift, or like a dollar block, I could definitely have some more consistency. And then at that point, my standards would just be, you know, don't touch a micro float, or don't touch pre-market volume outside of this range. Don't touch things below this range or above this range. I could definitely like restrict myself and put on all kinds of rules, and everything's good as long as I stay within the rules. Now there's always a but. But if I say it, I feel like it's gonna come true. So I'm just gonna keep that to myself. So you trade it with less risk. When those 30 big plays come, you swing it big. Yeah, that's definitely a strategy. You make two safe trades. You get capital. You get buying power and everything like that. By just doing those, you know, safe trades. And then when the ideal stuff comes along, then you drop the hammer. That's supposed to be like an ideal version of trading. All safe. And then after like 10 trades, you win a trade. Like you get like a free trade because you've been safe the entire time. And so, what do you call it? It's almost like you get a free win. And then doing that like in the long term with all like the free wins, your cushion from whatever your like starting point was, you get a little more confident. And then once you get to the point where you're really confident, that's when you start going in on big trades, which usually end up being like a multi-day runner. Multi-day runners with like a lot of volume, but not just volume. It's more of like just a lot of potential for you to go in a heavier size, because like it's expensive. A lot of people are in there, but you also understand like it's gonna pull back or it's gonna bounce depending on which side you're on. Yeah, I really want to start getting into swings again. But dream with us people give their ideas. Dream with us people give their ideas for the day, and review and give feedback. Teaching us will teach you and us as well. Okay, I know what you mean. So like, I can put something in the bottom of the description. I should be like, all right, guys, leave a question, leave this, and then I can answer some of those questions. Come back later. It's all recorded, and you know, not only do I get my study time in, but you also get your questions answered and things like that. I thought about something like that before, especially as like an engagement tool. And after talking with a few people, it kind of just seemed like a larger scale of stuff I was already doing with people in the DMs anyway. So it's not out of the question. Like over time, it's definitely manageable too. Now it's one of those things where like I have something to say, but it's hard to say it without throwing like 3 or 4 other people that not are above me, but like under the bus. Because at the end of the day, the intention is to grow the channel, and doing that won't grow the channel, but it would create a better engagement, which is, you know, that's cool. But is it going to help my trading? Is it going to help grow the channel? Is it going to like do stuff like that? Yes, if done excellently. But asking a chimp to, okay, no. Oh, I want to say it that way. Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll definitely think about it. But what am I doing? Yeah. At the end of the day, I think if I get better at trading, which, you know, you don't want to say I'm going to get better in trading tomorrow, next week, next month. It's a long-term process. That by itself is going to bring in more people just because I'm going to get better. Now, during that process, I think teaching and communicating with other people, and then, you know, trying to be as honest as possible with everything, that's going to make the entire process a little more attractive and, you know, consistent. Like at the root of it all, though, I feel like if I was alone, yeah, okay, yeah, I keep thinking about the options that aren't available to me. That's what gets me like the most. You reviewing our trades or ideas can help both you and us. Yeah, of course. I'd like to go in Kimfo and just randomly look at like the top 25 people anyway, just to be like, what are they trading? Like, cause like there's some of the time where I'm just like, this guy made 50%, this guy made 80%, this guy made 40%. And then I look back at the trade and I'll just be like, oh, it's a large cap. How do you do that? Oh, this one's a micro cap. Oh, this one's an OTC. Hell nah. And I get it out of there. But the main thing is, it's not like I'm not trying. I'm just not consistent in terms of like pretty much the pattern or the price action I'm trying to master. Yeah, we're not gonna get everything done in all in one day. Open a poll to see what other possible times viewers prefer. I like that idea. Then you can see if that fits your own schedule. Yeah. I'm gonna open the poll tomorrow. There's a pen. Great idea. So do make the rules. We will hold you accountable and keep us accountable. I like peer, what do you call it? Not peer review. Peer I like things like they hold me accountable. That was one of the main reasons and positive relationships I had with the channel in the first place. Notice how I try to like my best to show up every single day. But the downside to that was my focus and intention started to change. And so as long as I, you know, keep the rules on my end, I should be able to hold myself accountable for that. But you guys will definitely be a support. And I'll try to do the same for you guys. It was like, there's a lot of times where, you know, he just gave the day trading bot, he just gave a suggestion. You guys always bring in like little tickers and questions that stretch my mind in ways that I normally don't think while tunneling in and looking at that light. But I forgot what I was about to say. Yeah, we'll make it work. Exactly. Have an easy money trade that is every day, and once in a while smash the big opportunities like OEGD, first red day, or bounce short. So an example of like an easy comfortable trade, I was thinking something like a resistance play, or a pretty much a gap up short. And the ones that are usually a little more you can size in a bit, that would be right. A different variation of bounce short, first red day, overextended gap down. Mostly anything that you can throw like a dollar block or like unbreakable kind of details on it. But in terms of like the actual safe trades, I feel like gap up short is actually like gap up short and first green day. That's still kind of playing with fire. I'd rather just stick to like the resistance plays. Like, cause I still wouldn't consider it short. Or now if we got like a gap plus bounce, that I would consider that more of a safe play. And that has a like a less frequency than like a gap up short. Which is the one with the most frequency. Yeah, I'll definitely play with the idea. Like I have to make fixed terms on what's safe and what's not. Because if I don't make those kind of fixed terms, I'll definitely try to make it intuitive or abstract and stuff. Well, that's going to happen naturally after I track statistics for it. Because what's been happening is I've been trying to track statistics for everything. When before, any kind of success I had came from only tracking like 1 or 2 setups instead of tracking like 7. Yeah, so I just got to be more, which is always the right answer. Be more. Yeah, but I'll say I have to be mentally prepared for those big opportunities. If halos you're trading become profitable, that equals more viewers. Don't do it. You don't want it. Don't do it if you don't want it. If it helps your trading, you become profitable. That equals more viewers. Don't do it. No. Okay, I see what you mean. Wow, look at that. Cracking that. That's about the back. There's no way it would go all the way back down. I've only seen that happen one time, and it was after like an offering. And this is an energy stock. There's no way they did that. Okay, what am I doing? I'll check out your info at times to see how you trade. No. I'm already like really conscious about other people looking at my like info anyway. That's the reason that you don't see like huge, like 40%, 50% losses. Or if anything, I I get way too conscious when I'm in a trade and I'm winning. And like I'll take a profit at like 10%, 10%, 15%, 7%, something super shallow, just because I'm afraid that it comes back and people are just like, man, look at Dontez. He went in like top ticked it, and then it came all the way back, over trading looking ass. Like, I don't know, I'd be making up some stupid reasoning when I'm in a trade. It'd be crazy. Even if I know what to do or where to go. Did anyone short FNGR? I thought about it, but I didn't think about it like real hard. I just knew, you know, even though this isn't really a strong support since it's after hours, I still think it's something when you compare it to like the bottom that it created there. Now it is a bounce short. Well, all I got is to work with is like 6K. Now I wouldn't consider this like the big opportunity that we were just talking about, but you could definitely make some money on it. I'm telling you, if I wasn't under PDT, I'd be scalping everything for like 5 to 10%, and then I wouldn't be in this kind of situation. It's just like I'm playing a different game, or I'm trying to play the old game when I should be playing a new game. Okay. But for me, easy money trades are trend continuation scout. Where you aim for 2 risk in terms of risk reward. I have not been trading those for a while, but I had an 80% hit rate with that. Okay. That is what made me consistent before, and I had to take a break of trading for 6 months. Now I'm back and trading that easy money play in penny stocks and big caps to see if it worked, see if it still works. Meantime, I try to learn your plays in penny stock sector as well. That's good. It's good that you know what makes you money, and then you're expanding on that and playing with the idea of other sectors psychology. Can you please talk about what is the concept of dollar block? They tell you in the Freedom Challenge. At the end of the day, it's just a amount of money that people have been tracking, like VWAP, and there's a fixed amount of money in the market, and if you track that max amount on average, you can pretty much gauge how much is left to be distributed. This is all about money distribution at the end of the day. Money goes into the market, money comes out of the market. And if you tracked, last week it had X amount of billion, based off of how much it traded Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day you're on, you can subtract the amount of volume that you track like on average, and take that out of the dollar block, and then you can understand how much money can actually go into this ticker. And then at that point you just look at market cap and float, and you're just like, okay, max this can go to this point, and so you can pretty much gauge when it's going to shift in terms of how much money can come into this stock, because most of the money was already used up, or it goes into that kind of thing. You're just looking at the max amount of money that goes into that market. Now you can't actually track the max amount of money in like the entire penny stock market, but you can get a really good gauge, especially on those hype plays that don't follow the normal statistic, because they have everyone and their mom trading. Main thing is it's about like consumer sentiment. and the sentiment follows the large amount of volumes and the top tickers of the day where you know everyone's trading. And you just really want to just track the momentum of everyone watching that big ticker, that big hype play, the HKD, the what was it called? What was the most recent one? But like, there's always something that wakes up the market. You just want to see when it wakes it up, what are the sympathy plays? How much money is actually being used? Once everyone's like all distracted by that, when they take a loss, who has the money? The longs? And if they do have the money, are they trapped somewhere? Are those longs actually covering yet? Or did they become bag holders? Like it all falls under the same concept, but there's a fixed amount of money and you can track it. So you just have to figure out ways you can track it, whether it be VWAP or by hand. But it all comes back to the same kind of thing. Yeah, it's in Duck's DVDs. It's in the Freedom Challenge. Yeah. Yeah, he already said it in words. I don't know why I explained that. I could have just read. At a certain range, at a certain dollar level, buy the DVD. Perfect. You said you're supposed to be the counter example. Nah, I'm the poster boy for what not to do. Is tops an overextended gap down play for you? So I was looking at something like that. This is a micro float, so I'm trying not to touch anything about it. Well, overall, yes, because it went from it started at 3. Yeah, it started at 3 all the way to 11, and it already went to 3 days. Had its like this day would have been the overextended day for me. Main thing is I actually would have liked this spike if it was in the morning and then did a most amount of volume and then did the consolidation, because what happens is it's already went past the 15% mark. I had to look at it all. 11.6. Yeah, so it already went past the mark I'd be looking for. Now, if this bounced all the way back up to that point, we'd kind of be in the same place as the FNGR a few days back, where, you know, it just pulled back too much. Now, this one actually fell, but they're not always going to do that. So I kind of take back that it's an overextended gap down. It doesn't meet the criteria of you know, gapping down within limits, but it did gap down. And I wouldn't call this a I wouldn't call it a first red day. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's a micro float. I'm not touching it. But what am I doing? Oh wait, it's already time to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Be safe. Okay. All right. Peace.